Tonight, we look at developments in Malaysian politics, from tensions between PAS and Bersatu in Perikatan Nasional to the emergence of a new political movement, Bersama, and questions circulating online about its direction. All that and more on KiniNews. Tensions inside Perikatan Nasional are now spilling into the open. Parti Bersama Malaysia has issued a sharp rebuttal against PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang following his rare public criticism of the party.
In a 5-point response, Bersatu said issues involving the coalition should have been handled internally instead of being raised publicly. The party denied betraying PAS during last year's Perlis political crisis, insisting it was merely complying with the ruler's decree on the appointment of the Menteri Besar. Bersatu also pushed back against criticism over Negeri Sembilan, claiming PAS Secretary General Takiuddin Hassan failed to respond to coordination efforts after UMNO decided to remain with the Pakatan Harapan-led state government. The party further rejected allegations that it interfered in PAS-led state administrations or blocked other parties from joining Perikatan Nasional.
Meanwhile, a political dispute is brewing online, involving allegations of misinformation and the communications minister himself.
A political dispute is brewing online involving allegations of misinformation and the communications minister himself. Former Minister Nazmi Ahmad has raised concerns over Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil. This came after Fahmi's TikTok account allegedly reposted content linked to claims about Parti Bersama Malaysia. Nazmi, who is a co-leader of Bersama alongside Rafizi Ramli, says the repost included allegations that Rafizi had bought the party for 8.6 million ringgit. The video also questioned the source of Rafizi's funds and made further unverified claims about his intentions in forming Bersama. Checks confirm Fahmi's TikTok accounts did repost the video, which remains accessible at the time of reporting. Nazmi says the action contradicts the Communications Ministry's own Tidak Pasti Jangan Kongsi campaign, which urges users not to share unverified information. He has also questioned whether the MCMC will investigate the post if it is found to be false. This is not the first time Fahmi's account has shared similar content, with previous reposts also drawing scrutiny. Malaysia Kini has contacted Fahmi and MCMC for comment.
It has been about a week since the announcement of a new political movement linked to Rafizi Ramli and Nazmi Ahmad, known as Bersama. But attention is already shifting to a bigger question. What exactly does Bersama represent in Malaysia's political landscape?
Political observers say any new political movement will need to define its place within Malaysia's existing reform-oriented political space. At the same time, it must appeal to voters shaped not only by policy preferences but also by identity and community factors. Malaysia's electorate remains highly diverse. Urban and younger voters are often seen as more reform-oriented, but their political preferences remain far from uniform. This raises a broader question for any new political movement. Can it translate political dissatisfaction into a clear and sustainable alternative within Malaysia's political system?
For now, Bersama remains in its early stage of formation. But like previous reform-oriented movements in Malaysian politics, the challenge is no longer messaging, it is whether that message can translate into electoral impact. Public disagreements between coalition partners are not unusual in Malaysian politics, but what makes this episode different is how openly it is now unfolding. For years, Perikatan Nasional projected a relatively disciplined public image, especially after the 2022 general election.
At the center of the disagreements are bigger questions within the coalition. Who gets to make key political decisions? How should Perikatan Nasional deal with UMNO? And how much influence should each party actually hold? The increasingly public nature of the disputes may also reflect a broader shift in Malaysian politics. In the social media era, tensions that once stayed behind closed doors can quickly turn into public political narratives. And when coalition partners are also competing for influence within the same voter base, managing those disagreements becomes even more difficult. That may place growing pressure on PN Chairperson Ahmad Mokhtar to show that the coalition remains stable and united ahead of future political battles.
For now, Perikatan Nasional remains intact, but the latest exchanges between PAS and Bersatu suggest growing tensions over strategy. leadership, and state-level political decisions.
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
In another development, a major witness is set to take the stand in the corruption trial of former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin.
Former Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz will be the next prosecution witness in the corruption trial of former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, the High Court heard today. The court was told Zafrul is expected to testify on July 6th. The defense says it has yet to receive his witness statement, which it describes as lengthy. However, the prosecution has assured the court the statement will be handed over by June 19th. So far, 10 prosecution witnesses have taken the stand, with around 20 more expected. Muhyiddin, 78, is facing 7 charges linked to the Jana Wibawa program, a COVID-era initiative to support Bumiputra contractors. He faces 4 charges of abusing his position to allegedly solicit 225.3 million ringgit in bribes for Bersatu from 3 companies and 1 individual. He is also charged with 3 counts of money laundering involving 200 million ringgit, allegedly channeled into Bersatu's accounts through Malaysian banks.
2 former PKR leaders step into the spotlight to explain their next political move. In an exclusive Explain Sikit episode, we speak about their new political direction and the formation of Bersama. Watch the full episode on our YouTube channel.
And benda baru lah, tapi macam Nik kata lah, we intend to disrupt. We don't intend to go in and then just be part of the system. Kalau itu hasrat kami, baik kita orang jadi menteri. Kita tak resign lah.
Tapi yang bagi saya, kalau betul lah, kalau kami ni nak merajuk ke, nak apa ke, saya tak rasa kita akan lepaskan kursi parlimen. Sebab maksudnya kami ni hilang segala-galanya. Dari segi politik, dari segi material, dari segi apa kan. Apa tu itu mak saya first kali tanya, dia kata gaji macam mana. Itulah orang tua kan. Dia mak kan. Dia duduk risau.
Bini aku tak tanya.
So pandailah kita jawab Tapi isu dia ialah maksudnya kami ni kita do the honourable thing. Kan? Jadi dan kita nak lawan, kita buat parti, kita cuba lawan di pentas pilihan raya.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to malaysiakini.com. I'm John. Thanks for watching.